King Charles may have just made the most shocking royal move of his reign so far, not by changing a title or announcing a new succession plan, but by quietly shifting power away from Queen Camilla and placing it into the hands of Catherine, Princess of Wales. And if reports are to be believed, Camilla saw it happening, tried to stop it, and even made one final demand to secure her position. The answer? A firm no. According to palace insiders, that rejection may have revealed exactly who King Charles believes should lead the future of the monarchy. For years, the public assumed that becoming Queen Consort meant Camilla had finally reached the top. After decades of criticism, controversy, and public backlash over her relationship with Charles, it looked like she had finally won. She had the title, the jewels, and the official status. But according to royal insiders, what Camilla never fully gained was real institutional power. Behind the scenes, many of the monarchy's biggest decisions reportedly remained concentrated around King Charles and his closest advisors. While Camilla performed her duties publicly, some reports suggest she was never fully included in discussions about the monarchy's long-term future. At the same time, another royal was quietly building influence. Catherine wasn't simply attending events and smiling for cameras. She was developing major projects focused on early childhood development, bringing together researchers, experts, and policymakers. What made the difference wasn't just her popularity, it was her credibility. More and more people began viewing Catherine as someone capable of helping modernize the monarchy while preserving its traditions. While headlines were dominated by Harry and Meghan, palace observers say Catherine was steadily becoming one of the most respected figures inside the institution. Then came 2024, and everything changed. When Catherine revealed her cancer diagnosis, the public reaction was unlike anything seen in years. Millions of people around the world expressed support, and the emotional response reminded many royal commentators of the affection once shown toward Princess Diana. Suddenly, Catherine wasn't just a future queen, she became the emotional centre of the monarchy. Even while battling a serious illness, she remained composed, dignified, and focused on protecting her family. According to several royal commentators, King Charles was deeply impressed by how she handled the crisis, especially because he was facing his own health battle at the same time. The question reportedly became unavoidable: who could carry the monarchy into the future? Increasingly, the answer appeared to be Catherine. By early 2025, reports of a major internal shift began surfacing. Royal watchers noticed that Catherine was receiving greater visibility and greater access. Some of the monarchy's most important charitable projects and patronages reportedly began moving closer to her orbit. She was also said to be participating in conversations that traditionally would have remained within the king's most trusted advisory circles. Nothing was officially announced, of course. The palace rarely explains internal power changes. Instead, the monarchy communicates through actions. And according to many observers, those actions were sending a very clear message. Catherine was no longer simply being prepared for the future. She was becoming a central figure in the present. But while Catherine's influence was rising, reports suggest Camilla was becoming increasingly concerned. For years, she had worked to rehabilitate her image. She had supported literacy programs, health initiatives, and charitable organizations. She had endured decades of criticism and scrutiny. Now, according to insiders, she allegedly felt her position becoming less secure. That's when the most dramatic part of the story reportedly unfolded. Royal biographer Angela Levin claimed that Camilla sought something extraordinary, a written guarantee, not a verbal promise or private reassurance, but a formal commitment protecting her status, influence, and responsibilities moving forward. According to reports, Camilla wanted assurance that future changes within the monarchy wouldn't reduce her role or transfer more authority elsewhere. From her perspective, it may have seemed reasonable. After everything she had endured, she wanted certainty, but the palace reportedly rejected the request. And they didn't simply delay it, they allegedly dismissed it outright. The reasoning, according to sources, was that the monarchy must remain flexible. A written agreement would limit future decisions and restrict the institution's ability to adapt as circumstances changed. In other words, no one was willing to guarantee Camilla permanent influence, not in writing, not publicly, and not privately. That rejection may have revealed the monarchy's true direction. While Camilla was asking for guarantees, King Charles appeared focused on something else entirely: the future. For years, Charles has spoken about creating a slimmer monarchy with fewer working royals, greater efficiency, and stronger accountability. Under that model, only a handful of royals remain central to the institution, and at the top of that future vision sit William and Catherine. According to multiple reports, Charles increasingly views them as the monarchy's strongest assets. They're trusted, popular, and consistently generate positive public attention. At a time when support for the monarchy cannot be taken for granted, those qualities are incredibly valuable. In many ways, Charles appears to be making a strategic calculation. If the monarchy is going to survive another generation, it needs leaders the public genuinely connects with. Right now, few people command that level of support more than Catherine. This isn't necessarily about Camilla failing. In fact, many would argue she succeeded beyond anyone's expectations. After years of public hostility, she eventually earned acceptance. But acceptance isn't the same as popularity, and popularity isn't the same as influence. The monarchy has always prioritized survival above everything else. Throughout history, kings and queens have quietly shifted power away from individuals when they believed the institution required it. Titles remain, appearances continue, but influence moves elsewhere. That's exactly why this story has captured so much attention. If these reports are true, we're witnessing more than a family disagreement. We're witnessing a transfer of influence, a transfer of trust, and perhaps even a transfer of the monarchy's future. King Charles appears to be placing his biggest bet not on his wife, but on his daughter-in-law. Not because of personal feelings or palace drama, but because he believes Catherine represents the strongest path forward. Whether that decision ultimately strengthens the monarchy remains to be seen. But one thing is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. The future of the royal family appears to belong to William and Catherine. With every passing month, the spotlight seems to be moving further away from Camilla and closer toward the Princess of Wales. And if the reports coming out of the palace are accurate, that shift may already be well underway.